right, guys, it's Monday. I have an editorial for you. I got a few editorials coming today. I got to get a little caught up. So we're going to have them coming throughout the day. So make sure your notifiers are on. Remember when I did the editorial about Washington Township and Pennsylvania and the police chief that crashed into the house and said, well, he lost control of the vehicle or what have you. But they believed he may have been drinking before, or not drinking, but at a bar. And I'm going to rehash that here, but there's an update to that editorial. I'm going to put a link to the original editorial that I did down in the description box below with a link to this story, the update. So the update and the initial editorial I did before will be in the description box. Now, the other editorial that I did, that the link is below, was on the original accident that he had in January and how they were going to have a town meeting to see, what they were going to do. There's been an update. As of March 2020, they're giving us a little bit more information on or a decision has been made. Let's just jump into it, guys, instead of dragging this out. Thank you, McCall.com. McCall.com, thank you for this story. Washington Township's embattled police chief, Scott Miller, who in January crashed his truck into a house on the way home from a local bar, will step down after reaching a settlement agreement with the Northampton County municipality. Supervisors approved the settlement Wednesday night, which would pay former Chief Scott Miller $15,000, which is less than 3 months' pay, accrued and unused paid time off. He will also be reimbursed for 2.5 months of COBRA payments if he elects to enroll in that health insurance program. Bethlehem labor law attorney John Harrison said in a prepared statement, quote, "Under the agreement, the township will conclude this matter immediately, receive a release of claims, avoid potential lengthy litigation and further attorney fees." He goes on, "This agreement lets us put this unfortunate matter behind us and focus on making this township the best it can be." Miller didn't return a phone call for comment Thursday. It wasn't immediately clear who would take over as police chief, though supervisors previously said the department's next highest ranking officer, Sergeant James Crome, would be performing the chief's duties during Miller's absence. Last month, supervisors voted to place Miller on unpaid leave as they tried to determine his future with the department. Miller was also suspended from his part-time police officer job in Roseto earlier this month. As of Thursday morning, Roseto Mayor Joseph Angelini said Miller remains on suspension, and it wasn't yet clear if he would be removed from the part-time job. Miller's trouble started after a January 6th crash where he ran off the road and totaled his truck, nearly flipping it off Kesslersville Road in Plainfield Township after a dusting of snow. The vehicle was so damaged a second tow truck had to be dispatched to remove it. It was the tow truck company, not Miller, that called police around 1:15 a.m. Northampton County District Attorney Terry Hawk's office investigated the crash and charged Miller for failing to report an accident and driving at an unsafe speed for road conditions. Miller was at a Forks Township bar before the crash, but authorities lacked evidence to show whether he was drunk at the time. Of course they did. The crash destroyed landscaping and sheared off an outdoor pipe to a pellet stove at the property of resident Michael Droznock. Miller did not report the damage to Droznock, who was wearing earplugs at the time and slept through the crash. Droznock said repairmen who came to fix the pellet stove said the damage could have risked his safety. Hook criticized 2 Slate Belt regional police officers' investigation at the scene, saying it appeared to be inadequate. The responding officers reported a faint odor of alcohol on Miller, Hook said. Miller, who was chewing tobacco, had slightly slurred speech that appeared to improve as his interaction with the officers progressed, Hook said. Miller twice denied drinking before the wreck and downplayed damage at the scene. Hook said Miller was not given a portable alcohol breath test or other field sobriety tests, a decision that infuriated Droznock. Hook said there was no evidence that Miller tried to bully or intimidate the officers on scene. In fact, in the audio recorded, Hook said Miller didn't appear to mention his post as Washington Township Chief at all. Okay, so let's go through this a little bit. I'm not sure how big of a community that is, Washington Township and all of that. But I'm thinking if it's anything like Ukaipa or Redlands, he doesn't have to mention he's the chief of Washington Township. They're going to know that already. Oh, that's the chief. For one. But then they said one of the officers reported a faint odor of alcohol on him. They didn't do a field sobriety test. Ukaipa, they would have had that sucker walking the line within minutes. I smell alcohol. Yeah, it's not enough for him to be drunk. What? So, and I discussed all of this in my previous editorial, which you can see in the description box below. The link is there. But what I really want to talk about here is a couple of things up top and then let you guys go. First of all, Roseto Mayor Joseph Angelini. That's a homage to Inglourious Bastards. Angelini. I'm sorry. You gotta. Hey, when you have an Italian name like that, you gotta do it. Anyway, but he remains on suspension. Not clear if he's going to be removed from his job. What the? Are you kidding me right now? What part of? What the fuck do you not understand? Remove the guy already. He remains on suspension because they don't know if they want to remove him. Well, you see all the stuff's going on, right? But we jump up here. He's going to get $15,000 and 2.5 months of COBRA payments for crashing a vehicle, not reporting it. Officer smelled alcohol. And he didn't call the police on the accident. It was damage to property. But he's getting $15,000 and 2.5 months of COBRA payments. And keeping right now, so far as we know, keeping his job in Rosetta. But no, what I wanted to get to here is that they said this will conclude the matter immediately and put this unfortunate matter behind us, making this township the best it can be. Put this matter behind us. You know what that's called? That's called stacking your dirty laundry in the closet. Make sure the door's locked. Put this unfortunate matter behind us. See no evil, hear no evil. Make this township the best it can be. No. It's not the best it can be. You paid a guy $15,000 for crashing his car, not calling the police, and not reporting it to the homeowner. And he gets $15,000? I record cops in town and I catch shit. This guy breaks all kinds of laws and commits crime and he gets $15,000. Fuck, I'm in the wrong profession. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. Community Leo Watch, watching Leos. That's law enforcement officers from coast to coast. I've got more editorials today, guys, so watch for them. Thank you, thank you, thank you.